Memorizing words in a new language can be challenging. If you find the right strategies, the studying process will become smoother. The only way to find out what works best for you is to try various approaches. As a multilingual speaker, I have gathered the most efficient methods that worked for me, which might help you. 1. Learn words with their context. By isolating words from context and only writing the translation, you might forget how to use the word or phrase in a sentence. Usually, your notebook has 2 columns where you write a foreign word and its translation. However, it would be much more useful to create a 3rd column. That would be the place where you can write a short example sentence. Thanks to contexts, words stick in your brain better. If you have learned a new word from somewhere and are not sure how to put it in a sentence, check for examples in sites like Word and Context. Not only will you remember the words more efficiently, but you will also know how to use it correctly in a context. You will benefit from reviewing other vocabulary words and practicing grammar structures. 2. Read texts based on your interests. Our brains tend to remember words and phrases that we are likely to use. Vocabulary used in a context we find exciting or are passionate about is more memorable. For example, someone keen on music may find it easier to remember words related to celebrities. It is simpler to memorize the word extravagant in a sentence, such as Madonna is extravagant, rather than just as a single word or in a different context. You can also make a list of word categories which you want to learn. Maybe you want to know how to order food or have a hobby you want to talk about to your friends. For example, I love painting. I am studying German, and I looked up words like an easel, paintbrush, canvas. 3. Practice retrieval using flashcards. Retrieval practice is a learning strategy where we focus on getting information out of our heads. This method enhances long-term, meaningful learning, according to Jeffrey Karpik, an associate professor of psychological sciences at Purdue University. His research revealed that closed-book quizzes, which required retrieval practice, were more effective than open-book tests. Learners who don't engage in retrieval forget their knowledge in the long term. Flashcards are a powerful approach to memorize new words. I personally prefer digital flashcards than old-school paper ones. They are environment-friendly and can be used anywhere, anytime. If you want to test your vocabulary using digital flashcards, check the mobile marketplaces for personal dictionary apps. There is plenty of choices. For example, I use WordTheme, which provides excellent features for free. But as we already know, isolating the word is not an efficient way to learn it. The great thing about this app is that it provides a description field. Therefore, I can write the context if I am not sure how to use the word. If you want to explore already defined collections of words, check out Quizlet. It presents predefined sets of vocabulary in many languages. This is a great way to discover and practice new words grouped by categories, body parts, animals, food, etc. 4. Analyze the complex words. At first glance, some words seem intimidating. After analyzing them, you might discover familiarities. When we know something, it becomes less scary. For example, let's take the Finnish word tietokone, meaning a computer. At first, I struggled to remember it. It doesn't sound like a computer at all. Suddenly, it came to my mind that cone means a machine. I just had to remember the first part. Later, I saw a similar word, pessikone, meaning a washing machine. I already knew the pattern, so it was easier to remember it. German is famous for its compound words, which can be intimidating for foreigners. The secret to memorizing those long words is to break them apart. For example, Freundschaftsbeziehung equals Freundschaft plus S plus Beziehung equals displays of friendship. By separating the long words into smaller pieces, you will get used to the way how compound words are formed in your target language. 5. Use spaced repetition. It is essential to repeat the unfamiliar words to memorize them. But how often should you repeat them? Repeating them 100 times over one day will not be as effective as repeating them a few times over several days or weeks. This way, knowledge has had time to rest and be refreshed. Psychologists explain that the power of the spaced repetition technique hides in the amount of effort we put into the revision process. Massed repetition doesn't require significant effort. Repeating information over spaced intervals, on the other hand, is more challenging. Thanks to your hard effort, you are more likely to remember the information later. For example, if I learn new words on Monday, I will revise them on Wednesday. I will repeat last Friday's vocabulary on Tuesday. You get the idea of the cycle. You can set up a revision reminder on your phone or language learning app. I hope that these strategies will help you to memorize vocabulary more efficiently. Try to integrate them into your learning routine to see which one works for you.